I'm live. Hello, everybody. Wow. Oh, poor connection. Hang on. Like that and see what happens. Reconnecting. All right, that should be fine. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm not going to be on here for very long. Still feeling very under the weather. I was quite sick yesterday. Um, I got lipstick on, so trying to look pretty today. Just trying to get my grounding today. Just had a bowl of soup. Steve's sick now. I'm gonna go back and lie down in a little bit, but I want to talk about shit. All this, so much has happened in like 3 days of the new year, and this is a year of huge transformation, of huge change. This is America's 250th year. And, if you go through history, you find out that most countries, after 250 years of reign and power, things change. There's a lot of transformation that happens within a country. So we're heading into that. January 6th, when the government goes back, both in the United States and in Canada, we are also having the nodes change. They're going into Pisces and Virgo. So we have the nodes are going to be changing, and they'll be changing. They haven't been there for 19 years. This too, the Pisces Virgo axis there. With that, we have Neptune there, we have Saturn coming up, we have Venus there. Very busy, busy. It's like a busy intersection. It's a very busy intersection. Um, we're going to be seeing things happen there as well. So there's going to be things where a lot of rebellion, a lot of people, stepping up. People uh, basically saying no more. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to take this anymore. So we have that's coming in too. So we also have Mars going to be retrograding back into Cancer. So where it's not very happy to be. Just let me get something hot on my chest here. Not very happy to be. So I feel like everything that I've been telling people since, say, 2017, 2018, 2019, of your prepping, of getting ready, getting prepared, this is it. Everything that you've done, everything that you have been working, this is going to put everything that you've done to a test this year. This is where we've seen the Tesla vehicle outside of the Trump Towers in Vegas explode. We saw the horrific thing happen in New Orleans. We are seeing more of this. We're going to be seeing more of these crazy crimes happen in and around the world. And it's getting people to awaken on what kind of world do you want to live in? What kind, this is all about humanity. This is all about how we want to interact as human beings. In at midnight on New Year's Day in Switzerland, I think I posted that no masks were allowed at all. Religious, cultural, whatever, no masks are allowed. Um, and they're tightening. I mean, and also with Switzerland, they're not part of the EU, so they're really tightening on immigration. Poland too. Poland has been a country that a lot of backlash from the EU, from different countries of Poland, but Poland is now one of the most safest countries in Europe, and the gross national product. I mean, they're growing as an economy. Uh, People over 40 speak Russian. People under 40 all speak English. They are Their borders are secure. They're really tightening up their borders, and they refuse to allow just anyone into their country. We saw over the weekend, we're seeing, where in Montreal, they allowed Islamists to climb up onto a cathedral and try to tear down the cross. I mean, to me, that's sacrilege. I don't care. That'd be like, going like those people who went into Stonehenge and decided to graffiti it. Like, no, you don't do, when it's something sacred to someone, you just don't go and destroy it. Like, that's just to me sacrilege. I don't care. Right? So we're seeing where people are getting to a point where it's like, no more, no more. And if you saw, there was an interview with Jordan Peterson and Pierre Poliette. If you haven't, it's on YouTube. Please check it out. It's a very good interview. I mean, Pierre is coming up with a lot of points, but again, Pierre is a politician, so it'll be interesting, for him to implement a lot of the things that he is wanting to implement, and it won't be happening till the end of this year, anyways. With an election, if an election is called in March, uh, excuse me, we'll see what happens. But I mean, Mars is going forward in February, and then but he will still be in Cancer, so he's not gonna be out of Cancer till April. And then, of course, that's when Venus will be going into Aries and then retrograding with, Mercury. And if you want more of this information, I did a whole maybe this is the other reason why I'm sick, because I worked on these workbooks on top plus working 40 hours. So I worked on these workbooks. So these workbooks are available if you want the lunar guide workbook for 2025 and a guided journal on all the different transits and how to work with the energies that are coming in with these different transits, and just to be aware of how to work through this so you don't feel like you're losing your mind with it all. I have both workbooks for 20 bucks. So, and if you are interested in them, they're in PDF form, let me know and I'll send them to you. Um, but this is, these polarizations, this is where not overloading ourselves, and the events that are going to be popping up are going to be um continual. And they're more on things on the UFOs are gonna be coming out. This is the year of the UFOs gonna be coming out more information on aliens. It's funny, I had a conversation with my daughter. She came over yesterday, and, we were talking, and, she was talking about alien. I'm like, it's funny. It's funny when my kids finally say something like that, and I'm just like, "I've been talking about this for years, man. There's aliens among us. There's aliens in the ocean. There's a reason why your mother doesn't go into the ocean." I love the ocean, but I feel it's very mysterious. There are things in there that we don't know. There are areas in the world on our planet that have the aliens. I mean, you go down to Zimbabwe and down into South Africa. There's stories of the forest of people going missing in caves. Of course, they're always in caves, right? Of women just young girls age 13 or so getting pregnant, and there's no there is no evidence of intercourse with a human, right? And then with the shamans having to do um doing some kind of like an exorcism and stuff to remove this and it's not even a human, but remove the we're going to call it a fetus from these young girls who got pregnant and by the Greys, right? So there's it goes back, like there's these stories, and of course we've dismissed them because we don't understand. We don't want to pay attention to that because it doesn't compute within our brain, right? That's not how we were raised. That's not how what we were told. That's not part of our education. But it's coming out more and more. Like this is going to be we're going to be finding out more information than we ever have in our life. And this is bringing into our humanity. This is bringing into how we connect, how we want to live. How do you want to stand up in your life? Like this is where we are going to be finding out again that mutable X, how we're going to respond to so much information that's going to be coming forward for us all. So today, I mean, the moon is in Pisces and it'll be later on this weekend, it'll go into Aries. It is making some really good aspects, right? Really awakening aspects for us to, start to really connect with our inner spirit, connect with our, um, I gotta take another sip because I'm, my throat is gonna go. How we are going to connect and what that what the meaning behind a lot of things. It's going to feel a little drifty this weekend and into the beginning of next week, but next week is going to be some telltales. There's going to be some uh Congress is back in the United States, so a lot of things that the senators have not been able to say will be able to say, go onto the floor. I think there's going to be a lot of questioning coming up in question period in Canada here of different laws and things that have been trying to be implemented and pushed. They're going to try and push the non-confident vote, but I, I I highly doubt it. It's really they're going to try and push as much as they can, but still, I mean, this is where we're seeing many governments beginning to fall, like in Germany, in France, in England. We're starting to see these things fall. And this is where, with our preparedness, not only in the muggle world, the preparedness of the muggle world, but our preparedness within our own spiritual self is what's going to give us the stamina to continue on. This is a glimpse. What we're seeing is a glimpse of what what is going to be unfolding over the next days, weeks, months of 2025. The other part too is I said you know when did I say? I think it was in 2020 that the real pandemic won't begin until 2025. And this is where we're going to see a lot more people getting sick. Um, a lot more people having, lung infections, things to do with the lung, and it's going to, it doesn't matter uh, where you are, like, or what you've taken. I mean, this is going to um when it comes to the pandemic that is coming, we're going to start seeing it more, the true pandemic. So this is where for me, I've been sick for the last couple days. I know I can feel myself getting over it. So making sure that, again, the nutrients, what are you doing to take care of yourself? And honoring yourself. Don't push it. Like, there was no way in hell I could have gone to work yesterday. I just said, I can't. My temperature is too high. My body couldn't even get out off the couch, off my day bed. Um, I was just I was just done for, and then hacking out a lung. So this is where it's like you got to look at, okay, what's important, the importancy of your world, the importancy of what's going on in your life. And this is where we're going to see where people are going to say, no, I don't want to work this hard, or is this really worth me doing all of these hours at work, right? I know for myself, I'm a projector, and I working 40 hours, like working 5 days, 1 day off, 5 days, 1 day off and stuff. My body is like fucked. It can't do that, right? It has a hard time to replenish itself. It is, and that's the way my body works. Like generators. Generators can go. We'll see a generator go, 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 and then bang, crash, right? Because they didn't take that time to refuel, right? And they could probably go um, quite a long time, Same with the manifestor generators, them too, they'll go, 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 go. And yeah, creating, because they get on a roll, right? They're manifesting, they're creating what they're doing, and they're going, and, and then you'll see them. But that's the whole thing, is that your body is going to be telling you, your body's going to be saying, hey, we got to slow down, we got to really connect, taking, as I say, taking that stillness. This is a year of stillness. This is a year of allowing yourself to ground and doing the breath work. We're going to be seeing that this is something that has to be done every single day and not just once. This is like 100 times a day. That means, my thing is like go in the bathroom, put your hands on your heart, take some deep breaths, doing some stillness, allowing your connection, bringing down that divine light, so that you are feeling grounded and protected in what is unfolding. The other day when I was at work, and this is the other thing that is going to be seen, is that people having mental breakdowns. There is, and I'm witnessing it more and more in the mall, um, that people are just having episodes. They just, from whatever it is, whether it's drugs or whether it's just a plain mental breakdown, but more are going to be having difficulties dealing with life, dealing with their world, dealing with connection. And so we're going to be witnessing a lot more of of the mental illness, of people um having those issues, and this is where we are living in a society that's not ready for this. We live in a society that um doesn't know what to do with it, right? We are in a place where like that one gentleman from Quebec who took his son, I think it was his son, but he took his child down to a hospital in the United States to get care, because here it's like in Canada, it's like, "Oh, it's okay, we'll just kill them." Right? So that the lack of respect for life, the lack of respect for one another, right? So this is where, again, we're coming back to that humanity. This is Aquarius. Aquarius is about humanity. It is about that connection with one another. How are we connecting with one another? How are we creating that connection and grounding that into our world? Pluto is in Aquarius for the next 20 years. We're going to be learning this. We're going to be learning how to connect with one another. We're going to be learning how to be human and what that means to be human, what it means to be within humanity. And that is something that we're really going to be discovering, and especially when Neptune goes into Aquarius or goes into Aries, and then Saturn's not fall they're not gonna conjunct fully this year, they're gonna get pretty damn close, but that conjunction is not until 2026, but that conjunction when Neptune and Saturn get together, there is, that's when they had, well, we can go to China, that's when issues came up in China, that's when they, banned the sparrow in China in the 1950s. So in 1950, China decided to kill all the sparrows, and because they were annoying, and that's what Mao thought. We were going to kill all of them, and in killing them, what ended up happening is that he ended up starving his people because of the locusts and everything else that happened in the failed crops and everything else. And since then, of course, they reintroduced the sparrows and stuff, but they have done stockpiling so that their country doesn't starve and things like that. But this is where we're gonna be seeing things happening in China. This is, that Neptune, Saturn, um, where it's meeting has a lot to do with things that are gonna be happening in China. Disruptions happening there more so. Tiananmen Square happened when the nodes went into Pisces and Virgo, right? And so people uprising, people are fed up, right? So this again, this transformation, these changes. And it's not just, it's going to happen just down the road. It's, we're looking at August. No, we're going to start seeing it on a daily basis. And this is where we're gonna be seeing these changes happen, these disruptions happen, and information coming out, more quickly than we've had before. And so, again, this comes back into all of the things that I've said since 2017, 2019, 2021, 22, of preparedness, of prepping, of making sure, and this is where all what you've done This is a year that is like, "Oh, shit, thank God we did that. Oh, shit, yeah, the weather's really bad, we're getting a bad storm. I got my stockpile," right? "Okay, I got extra flour, I can make bread. I have, a couple extra shanks of meat in my freezer. That's great, I can make a soup or something like that." This is what we're going to be, utilizing and seeing through this year, where it's gonna be very helpful for everything that we've done. And again, coming back into that connection with our higher divine, our God, our goddess, and bringing in that divineness. Um, when it comes to the economy, yeah, there's yeah, I just like this is, when things are shit with the economy, that's when people have the opportunity to create and make money. This is where we can find where we can find new innovative ways to create, but you're also going to find where people aren't going to be spending the money. Um, you know, and people aren't going to be going out and spending the way that they used to, whether online or, with the brick and mortar. But this is where people are going to be inventive and create, something that maybe people need. And this is where Uranus comes in, because Uranus is going to be leaving Taurus and going into Gemini. So new creativeness is going to come in as well with all of this. So allowing your creativity to shine and come through with this all as well. So it's one of these, as I say, the shamanic birth is happening. And so there's the death of the old and the rise of the new. And, of course, there's that Mars opposition to Pluto, which is death and resurrection, bringing in the death and something new rising above it. So hang on, people. We're in for something that is, I think, with Saturn approaching, um, Venus approaching Saturn, good things, bad things, polarization, just not overloading yourself. Events are just going to pop off. And sometimes you're not going to be able to respond right away. So that's okay. That's where it's like, okay, I can't, say what I want to say at this time. This is where I need to come into my stillness, and I need to come into my breath work and my connection. Great event. A lot of light therapy work is really making its way out there, right? Right. Only manifest good things. Right on. This is where light therapy, they've been doing a lot of work, some in North America, but mainly I've been hearing it in Europe, of a lot of light therapy that's coming out and working with cancer patients. And fabulous results are coming out with this new light therapy um, work that's coming out. And the thing is that things like that here in North America, it's very difficult because it's so controlled by the pharmaceutical, right? So the pharmaceutical companies really control a lot of when it comes to things to do with, new cancer therapies, especially if they don't own any of it or they're not a part of it. So they don't like to release anything like that. But Europe's doing some fabulous work with it. And I think we're going to find new innovative ways and new treatments coming forward that are going to help us with so many ailments. And right from things to do with people who have osteoporosis to um, hip replacements and things like that. So we're going to be seeing some really great, innovative, new ideas coming out that are really going to help people in fabulous ways. And so I'm kind of excited about, this whole 2025, because it's going to bring in some crazy fucked up shit to some what the fuck, this is absolutely fabulous kind of stuff. So um and connections. So this is going to be very, very interesting, to say the least. I'm quite excited about 2025. I really am, with all the changes. And I mean, even for myself, I remember last year entering into 2024 a little bit down, a little bit just not understanding where my direction is. And entering into 2025, I mean, I'm still meandering my way through. I'm 61 years old, but meandering my way through and discovering that, one of my purpose, and it always has been, is a spiritual one, a connection with God, a connection with the divine, and bringing that connection to others in through astrology or through prayers or through my readings, however it transpires. And I feel like, that's part of my 2025 goal, is to continue on just doing what I do. I don't have a set structure with it. I don't think I ever have. And just allowing for things to unfold as they unfold, and allowing myself to step into it. My work will be finishing at the company I'm at by the end. I think the store closes on the 23rd or something like that. So from there, I will be not in a muggle job anymore and opening to something new. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's going to lead me, but I'm allowing for spirit to lead me and not step into the fear, right? Because that's what the world wants you to do, stepping into this fear. I want to step into more peace and a divine timing. That's the whole thing. It's the divine timing, right? And I know, like, Hare and Dopian was saying about manifesting. It's not so much about manifesting, it's about allowing for the divine timing to unfold for you and stepping into that divine timing, because that is beyond perfection. That is beyond, because it is allowing things that you wouldn't even have thought of to come forward and to transpire within your life. This is where you want to bring in a lot of grace and a lot of joy within your world. And so opening up to the divine timing means that you're opening up to the peace, right? Um, Christian, just in case oh, Christine. No, no, it doesn't. Christine, no, it doesn't show you your name. It just shows hair and dopium. That's what it shows. um, so hey, Christine. But yeah, so it's just opening up to all of that, and that's what the beauty of this is. So here we come in, comes in the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is opening up this doorway. We're not sure what's on the other side. That's the thing about aces. Aces are beginnings. Aces are something new. We're not sure exactly what it is. We're not sure exactly where it's going, but there is an opportunity that is being presented to us, right? And allowing ourselves to step into that newness, step into the new, right? And with that, yeah, know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. This is reversed. So the Five of Pentacles is a hard card, right? Because we're thinking of we see all the craziness, we see all the negativity and the fright in the world. But when it's reversed, it's saying there's hope. There is light. There's something new that's opening up for us. We just have to be open and allow for the grace of God to come in and lead us with that. And in that, yeah, we bring in the balance of the justice, the Libra card. God bless the Libras. The Libras are the ones who want to come in and ground us to understand this is the way it needs to be. We need to have justice in the world. We need to have balance in the world. We need to have, where there is, yeah, we know what's right and we know what's wrong. So we're stepping into of saying, this is morally right. We know what is morally right. So here we're coming into a time of saying, that's wrong. People should be able to walk out and go downtown and walk freely at 2 in the morning and not be afraid. This is where we should not be afraid to have our kids go to the park, right? This is stepping out of that fear and saying, no, we're not going to be allowing the disarrays and the dysfunctions of other people's agendas to play upon my role in my life, right? So bringing in that balance, bringing in that of what we need to bring forth. And we're going to be seeing it within government. We're going to be seeing it within our own municipalities, right down to the grassroots levels of the day-to-day living. Of people are going to say, no, we're not doing that. We're entering into a new time, a new way of being, and bringing back into our world the humanity, bringing back into it the light, bringing back into it and saying, you know what? No, we want to live in a world that brings in harmony, that brings in peace. Yeah, there's still going to be people that don't go for it, that don't like it, but you know what? At the end of the day, the light always wins. So, have a blessed day. I'm going to go take a time out and finish my tea and and just chill. But if you are looking at wanting those booklets, they're $20. Let me know, and I can either send you a link for a Visa MasterCard if you want to pay by Visa MasterCard, or you could do it by e-transfer, thegurumama@gmail.com. And that'll help you with a lot of the frequencies that are coming into the world at this time. Have a blessed day. God bless, and the goddess bless you. Bye-bye, everybody.